I love Lord of the Rings.
The thing with Lord of the Rings for me, it's always been that, like, it's just a lot of walking. The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, has released a second trailer for the fans of the J.R.R. Tolkien franchise. The new 2-minute, 30-second teaser trailer for the Prime Video series offers a first look at characters and realms that will be featured in the 8-part series. Prime Video will launch the epic series in more than 240 countries and territories worldwide on Friday, September 2nd, with new episodes available weekly. This comes to us from Deadline. Yes, sir, The Rings of Power. I'm very, very excited about this show. This thing does for my brain what I want Game of Thrones to do. And every Game of Thrones thing that I've seen has looked kind of jank. Or like the casting, they look very like just average. They don't stick out. I saw this trailer and all of a sudden I'm like, holy cow, like this is like the epic scale. I mean, everything looks incredible. It's like this tickles the fantasy neurons in my brain and is giving me exactly what I want from this trailer. Granted, they spent $465 million on this show, and any time you spend that much money, it better look good, you know? But I read a lot of stuff about this show, and the creators, they said, you know, they did spend a lot, but it was a bargain. And I'm like, how do you call that a bargain? Well, a lot of the money that was spent was to set up the infrastructure so they can do more seasons and whatnot. So that money will be used on multiple seasons. So I said, okay, that makes sense. And they said that it's like the length of 3 Marvel movies in length, right? And it's the schedule of 2 and the price of 1 is basically how they broke it down. That's what they said. And I said, oh, well, when you put it like that, I mean, it's going to be 8 1-hour episodes, so it's a lot of stuff, and it looks, that's the thing about it, it looks the scale and the quality of a theatrical release. This doesn't look like TV stuff where they cut corners. It looks super awesome. So if you guys at home haven't seen the trailer, like, go watch it, and I have a feeling you'll be just excited as I am. I kind of was rolling my eyes and said, you know, Amazon has a tendency to just be kind of average. They're not good or bad. They're just kind of in the middle for me. And I just said, oh, you know, Lord of the Rings, I liked it, but I didn't love it. I'm a passive fan with this, with the Lord of the Rings stuff. This has me more excited about this show than any Game of Thrones stuff, like by far. And I was completely reversed. So anyway, what do you think, Cameron?
I haven't watched the trailer. I didn't do my homework. Mostly, I have a reason for it. See, I love Lord of the Rings, man. I attribute a lot of the Lord of the Rings to me wanting to be a adventurer in my life. Just watching those movies growing up, I wanted to be like Frodo Baggins and Sam Gamgee and go on a crazy epic adventure through, you know, fantasy worlds. And so if it sucks, I'm going to be really sad. My nostalgia neurons are going to get unpleased. So I'm going to watch it now because of your positive review, hearing that it's good and not going to be a letdown. But I also have the same feelings towards Amazon, that their shows aren't terrible, but none of them have been great.
How about you, Derek? What do you think?
I love Lord of the Rings. I've just actually been rewatching the trilogy over the week. I've been falling asleep to them for like 3 days.
Nice.
I did not watch the trailer, but I'm on board one way or another. I don't like to watch too many trailers. I saw the first teaser, and I'm good. I'm going to watch it no matter what people say about it because I just enjoy fantasy, and I've always enjoyed Lord of the Rings. For me, I'm thinking worst case scenario, it might be like The Hobbit, which I enjoyed, but not nearly as much as Lord of the Rings. If that's what it is, that's what it is. I'll have fun watching it, and then I'll move on. I don't think I'll be let down.
Yeah, I'm like you. I would spend 3 days falling asleep to Lord of the Rings. That's my problem. It's like is the Lord of the Rings is really good and it's quality, but the thing with Lord of the Rings for me, it's always been that, like, it's just a lot of walking. It's like, okay, we're gonna walk, and they just walk, and they're just walking and doing some more walking. You know?
There are horses too. They do ride horses at times.
Yeah, I made a joke one time. I don't remember what it was, but it was something like we were at South by Southwest or something, and rather than like take a cab, we decided to walk, and it was like way further than we thought. And I was like, dude, I feel like I'm in Lord of the Rings. We should have got a pedicab or something. This is ridiculous. So that's always been my stupid argument about Lord of the Rings. They're fantastic movies. I enjoyed all the Peter Jackson stuff, but again, I was like, okay, whatever. when I saw this, there's, you know what I mean? When you see some shows, some casting that's done, just some people have just a charismatic face. Like, you're like, I want to see this with this person's face. Something about the House of the Dragon Targaryen show, like, everything I've seen, I'm like, everybody looks really just weird and mediocre, like no character to their face, like boring to me. Maybe I just saw a weird trailer or something, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just missing all the old characters from Game of Thrones, but I said, nobody really looks that compelling to me.
Well, let's throw it to the chat real quick. Which one of us has the most charismatic face?
Yeah, who's got the most charismatic face? Excellent question. You know, and like that dude from Morbius, the bad guy, he's the only guy in that show that's like recognizable, and maybe that show's gonna blow them up into huge stars. But instantly I watched this Rings of Power show. It just gives you a kind of just a peek at the scope, the like how grand and how much money they spent on this thing to make it look good. So Curtis, what about you, man? Are you excited about this show?
I am. So I watch The Lord of the Rings for some reason. Like I have movies timed for myself. Obviously, like Halloween is horror movies, and then there's plenty of Christmas movies and stuff. Thanksgiving break time, that's like my epic movie time. So I'll watch, Lord of the Rings and a bunch of other like trilogies and like big epic films, during that time. So I watch it every Thanksgiving, and I love the Lord of the Rings. It's weird because like I didn't really get to that point until they're out on DVD. In the theater, I was like, those were super cool, but like, I don't know what the big deal is. And then getting them on DVD and be able to sit home and kind of soak them in or rewatch them, I really fell into them. I agree with Derek too. The Hobbit kind of fills the void a little bit, but it's not the same. I just haven't, I don't rewatch The Hobbit all the time. But this show it got me super. It just like you said, I felt it more than I was just like. Than anything else. It was just like, come, there's going to be some sword fighting and hiking and walking, and it's going to be awesome.
So much walking.
So they're going to walk through. Oh man. But like, I do love this franchise. I've read the books. I like the movies better than the books, which is, kind of a hot take, I guess, for some people, but that's the thing too. If they screw it up, like I can't imagine they're investing this much money and they're gonna screw it up. But you never know with fans and stuff.
Guys, if you enjoyed this video, tune in every Friday. We do everything entertainment news and versus a movie battle show every week. So just hit that subscribe button and we'll see you soon.